Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. When Character was invited to promote IVDC 2010, we were very excited, but we didn't see this as a single project. At Character, we don't believe in short-term promotion for long-term gain. It doesn't work. If we're looking at long-term success, we need to plan long-term. The IVDC event is, in its simplest form, a platform to promote the Italian video games industry, both domestically and internationally. The objectives of the event are to promote, to inform, to excite, to reassure, and ultimately, over time, help build the Italian video games industry into a world leader. The IVDC event must be a showcase for every facet of the Italian video game industry and must begin the process of a meaningful dialogue between Italy and the world. But before we get there, we need to ask various questions. We need to look at where the Italian industry is now. The Italian development industry is still young when compared to the US, UK, France, and Japan. It doesn't have a mature financial or educational infrastructure for video games development. Many Italian companies and consumers do not fully understand the importance of the video game industry, both culturally and economically. It could be argued that the Italian video games industry is playing catch-up with the established video game developer communities overseas. However, AIOMI is communicating forcibly to the domestic and international markets to establish a credible Italian presence within the global video game community, and with the establishment of the IVD, with the IVDC and the building of Vegamus in Rome next year, these are very important signals to the world that the Italian video game industry is very serious about its intentions. In short, the IVDC should be the mouthpiece of Italy's video game industry to the world. Now, some questions. How, for example, do we build on the efforts of AIOMI and the IVDC with IVDC 2011? How should we capitalize on the awareness that we're generating the IVDC 2010 future successes? How can we make the Italian video games industry stand out from, for example, the UK or French industries and be unique in its own right? How do we build up excitement, engagement for the IVDC 2011, begin our dialogue with the world, and ultimately build the perception of the Italian video games industry to both domestic and international markets? We felt we needed the positioning and we needed a theme, something only Italy can possess and own. Not rational, but emotive, playing to the strengths of the Italian psyche. And we came up with Inspiration Italy. Prepare to be surprised. So, why Inspiration Italy? What makes Italy a special place to make and consume video games? What can we compete on with other markets? What do we say which will secure the Italian video games industry positively and uniquely in the mindset of our target markets? And how can we deliver on this? Italy has been providing inspiration to artists, to musicians, to architects, to filmmakers, to poets for hundreds of years. Italy is the beating heart of this creative mind, and video games and interactive media is now just the newest addition to this. Anyone who visits Italy, wears Italian labels, drives Italian cars, or even drinks Italian coffee, feels some form of inspiration, be it big or small. It is this emotive strength and sense of mystery that will be the catalyst for excitement for IVDC 2011. We want our visitors to ask, I am excited, I'm intrigued, what should we expect at IVDC 2011? Now, what does Inspiration Italy mean for government bodies, for educational facilities, for financial institutions? Inspiration Italy means that the industry is professionally focused, has a strong and unique voice, and is serious. It is confident in itself and its future, and if you attend the IVDC in 2011, we will astound and we will motivate you. What does Inspiration Italy mean to overseas companies, to publishers, to brand owners, people that we want to get into Italy, to invest in Italy? The Italian video games industry is artistically and culturally strong. We say we are attractive, we are self-assured, and if you want a product to evoke inspiration, passion, verve, and, should I say, coolness, be it an interactive game or application, Italy is the place to go. Now, what does Inspiration Italy mean to the aspiring video game developers, some of which may be sitting here right now? That we are taking video games seriously. We want you to say, I want to be part of this exciting movement. And what does Inspiration Italy mean to Assoknowledge, to AIOMI, to IVD? It means that we share a common voice and a common goal. We can be inspired together, share inspiration, invite inspiration from outside. Now, we need to ask ourselves a question: do we need a theme? Do we need a positioning? No one else seems to do it. We need this because, for example, the Italian industry cannot compete on heritage. We can't say Italy's world famous and successful industry. The industry is very young, it's still young. We shouldn't compete on global IPs in the same way that the UK shows off Lara Croft and GTA, US Call of Duty and Halo, and Japan Mario. Again, the industry is still establishing itself. But what we do have is that unique quality that only Italians can provide: inspiration, the potential of the Italian video game industry, coupled with inspired thinking and groundbreaking technologies. We need to connect with the IVDC shareholders, government, education, finance, publishers, and consumers. We must excite, we must enthuse, we must be inclusive, we must be positive, we must be ambitious, we must be bold, and we must be cool. Italy has never followed the herd, and you shouldn't start now. Thank you very much, and we look forward to seeing you next year. Thank you.